Kubota mods to go along with the Kubota DLC. Oh yes, and they're for all platforms.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hey, what's up guys? It's DJ. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking an early first look at the Kubota Grassland and Fertilizer equipment from none other than Iconik upgrades. These mods are based off of similar or identical equipment that we already have in the game that Kubota offers in their own lineup. Since Farming Simulator already owns the rights to two other Kubota subsidiaries, we've got Fertilizer and Great Plains, well, there was plenty of options when choosing equipment for these three packs. I want to thank Iconik Upgrades for sending over these packs to show you guys ahead of time. They are prepared and ready for mod hub testing and will hopefully be releasing around the same time as the Kubota DLC, which is going to be here on June 28th, 2022. If you haven't purchased the DLC yet and you want to, check the description for links for the Kubota DLC, Year 1 Season Pass, and FS22 on PC. Using those links helps support the channel at no additional cost to you. And I'll also have a few links in the description if you want to check out Iconik Upgrades and give them a follow on Facebook. Don't forget there are no release dates for mods, so we're not sure when these are actually going to be here, but I do know that we've got an early release copy right in front of us, so let's check them out. Once they're released, there'll be a few different ways to find the stuff. You can either go to brands and go to Kubota, or you can simply go into your tools section for each one, but my favorite is mods and DLC section, and here you can see at the top right hand corner of your screen, Kubota Fertilizer equipment, Kubota Grassland equipment, and Kubota ground equipment. So let's just start with the fertilizer equipment. As I mentioned, these are based off of pieces of equipment that we actually already have. None of these are completely original models, if that makes any sense. More rebranded than anything. And one of the great things is you can either go with the new Kubota logo or the old Kubota logo as well, which is really, really nice. The first piece of equipment is going to be the Kubota DSXW Geo Spread. This will hold 3,900 liters. That's going to be lime and solid fertilizer. Oh yeah. Weighs 785 kilograms, 42 meter spread at 11 miles per hour. And again, we got that new and old Kubota logos on there. Next up is going to be the XFT 211 front tank. This is going to hold 1,100 liters of liquid fertilizer and herbicide. Weighs 221 kilograms. And, well, top logos aren't changing, maybe the front one. Yeah, there you go, right there. All right, so we've got that new and old logo there as well. And if you want to pair that with something, this is the perfect thing, the XMS 218. This holds 1,800 liters of liquid fertilizer and herbicide, weighs 1.7 tons, 18 meter spread, or 24 or 28, and it goes 7 miles per hour. And then the last piece of equipment in this pack is going to be the XTS 446. This is another fertilizer spreader, but as a trailed sprayer, the 4,600 liter capacity, liquid fertilizer and herbicide, 5 ton, 18 meter spread, also 24 at 28 and 32 and 36 and 40 meter spreads at 7 miles per hour. We do have some wheel options for this one, including Trelleborg and Michelin, as well as Continental and Rhinestone. In Trelleborg, we have a standard and a narrow tire. In a Michelin, we have that standard and narrow tire, as well as new and old logos. Secondly is going to be the Grassland equipment. Now, there's a few more pieces of equipment in here, but again, everything should look pretty similar to you guys. The first piece is going to be the DM5040. This is a trailed mower, 1.3 tons, 85 horsepower is required, 4 meter spread at 13 miles per hour. And then you can see we've got the new and old logos all over the place. Next up, we have the DMC 7332T. This is a front mower, weighs 1.2 tons, 82 horsepower is required for this, 3.2 meter working width at 13 miles per hour. And then, of course, you got your new and old logos. I love the fact that he actually added that because I love the old logo. And next, if you want to pair a rear mower with that, well, you've got the Kubota DMC 63100T. These are the rear butterfly mowers, and looks like we've got a great setup here as well. I think... Does this have merging? I don't think this has merging. It kind of looks like it does, but I don't think it does. 3.7 tons, 200 horsepower required, 10.2 meter spread at 13 miles per hour. Working mode, we have the Vario. Okay, there it is. So you can add the working mode to the back of that if you really want to. And again, you've got all of your Kubota logos, which, gotta tell you, they look pretty darn good. Yes, they do. Next up, you got a tedder. This is the TE6060. This weighs 675 kilograms. 60 horsepower is required for this. 6.1 meter spread and 9 miles per hour. A lot of sixes in there. You've also got new and old decals here as well. One thing you may notice is the model number stays the same, whereas the Kubota logo itself is what's changing between the old and new decals. Next up, we have another tedder. This is going to be the TE8590. Requires 80 horsepower. It's got a 9 meter spread at 9 miles per hour. And again, you can see those new and old logos on there. Man, I'm getting way more excited about the Kubota DLC right now than I thought I was going to. I even wore my Kubota shirt. I'm not even doing face cam for this video. Next up, we have a windrow, the Kubota RA4513. This has 110 horsepower requirement, 12.5 meter working width, and 9 miles per hour. Wheel brands include Trelleborg and BKT. You cannot change those up, so heads up there. Decals include, of course, old and new, and we have a license plate for this, which is a brand new feature. Next up, and lastly, probably one of the more popular pieces in this pack is going to be the Fast Bale. Weighs 8 tons by itself, 150 horsepower is required, so it will work with some of the tractors that are going to be releasing in the DLC. Has a 10 mile per hour max speed, and you've got some different wheels on there. Also, it will create round bales and it will wrap those round bales as well, as long as they're grass bales, of course. Wheel brands include Trelleborg, BKT, Ridestein, and that is it. We do have some decals on here as well, so this is kind of nice. So you've got the FB1000. You also have the regular Fastbell logo on here as well, and that's actually going to be the old look for Kubota. So you can kind of choose whatever you like through there, and you're good to go. We do have a random foil color, which can be turned on and off. I'm pretty sure that's on a different mod, though, so you may be able to ignore that. That is an all-platform mod. Check it out. We also have a regular foil color, which is... well, it looks like I've got another mod installed. Sorry, Iconik. The multiple colors are for all platforms, so check it out. Okay, the last equipment pack that's going to be coming with all three of these mods is the ground equipment. So these are, again, some rebranded stuff, and it's really nice because I've actually never wanted to use these before, and now I do. Let's start off first with the PH2301. This is going to be a power harrow for you guys. It weighs 1 ton, 130 horsepower required, 3 meter spread at 9 miles per hour. And you can see those new and old logos on there. Next up, we got a disc harrow. This is the CD1300, 100 horsepower required, 3 meter spread at 10 miles per hour. And of course, we've got new and old logos on there. Next up, we've got a plow. This is the RM3005V, 2.3 tons, 160 horsepower is required, 165, 2.5 meters, 7 miles per hour. Decals, new and old. We can also throw on this bad boy as well, the Pacomat. I do like this. I think it's really cool, especially since it was added with the Grassland Viking DLC, and it is great to see that Iconik has added that to this pack. Next to last, we've got a seeder, or a planter rather. This is the PP, nice, 1450V. 1,360 liters of seed and fertilizer combined, 1.8 ton weight, 70 horsepower required, 4.5 meter working width at 9 miles per hour. Is it a direct drill? No, but it does, corn, sunflower, soybeans, sugar beets, and cotton. And lastly, we have a seeder, which doesn't look to be a direct drill either, but it does have a power harrow on here, so it may be. Anyway, regardless, we've got a 2,000 liter capacity on here. That's going to be for seed only, wheat, barley, oats, etc. on there. 1.2 tons, 130 horsepower required, 3 meter spread, and 9 miles per hour. And lastly, you've got all of your decals. So as we've mentioned, this stuff is pretty much rebranded from like Vernlin, or maybe you've got some smaller Great Plains stuff in here as well, maybe some Viking equipment as well. It's really nice though. You guys know me, and I love all of my equipment to match in color. If I'm using John Deere, I would rather, my baler to be green and yellow, even though it would be a Vernlin or Kubota in this case. This is great because all of this equipment can be used with the equipment that's coming with this Kubota DLC. So, for example, if you want to use this seeder, well, it'll work with a few of the models of tractors coming with it. If you want to use this power harrow, same thing. And then going through all of this equipment as well, fertilizer spreader, liquid fertilizer spreader, you've got a mower, actually 3 different mowers, tedders, windrow, baler. You've got everything that you need, quite literally, with the exception of, a harvester? to get some serious work done. You could, if you're just doing grass work with the Kubota equipment, you don't even need a harvester anyway. So you've got everything here that you need to have a full grass farm taken care of. This is pretty darn cool. And one of the great things about the way Iconik has done it is that's it. You guys already know this equipment. You've already used it probably 100 times over the past 7 months, and it's just rebranded to Kubota, which is really, really cool. Otherwise, that's going to be it for today. I do want to thank Iconik Upgrades for sending these beautiful machines over to show you guys before their release on Mod Hub for all platforms. If you'd like to take a closer look at these or any other Iconik mods, check out Iconik Upgrades on Facebook. I'll leave a couple links in the description, and make sure you tell them that DJ sent you. With all that being said, hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it, get subscribed if you're new, join the GoHam fam. Make sure those notification bells are on as well. That way, you never miss daily farming simulator videos here on the channel. With all that being said, hope you have a good one. We'll see you later. Peace.
It sound right, boy.